How does the U.S. Mint security features on the American Silver Eagle compare to the Royal Mint's Britannia? We'll find out next on the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. How you doing, YouTube? Welcome to the 46th episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. As always, I just want you to know how much I appreciate you stopping by, and if you'd like to help support the channel, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. You know I definitely appreciate all the support. Well, it's great to be back. It was a rough 3 weeks where I spent some hospital time with COVID, flu, and pneumonia all at the same time. Goodness. Talk about misery. It is a horrible trifecta, guys. Hopefully none of you have to go through that. I was not a happy camper, that's for sure. But I'm on the wayside now. I've gone back to work and feeling a hell of a lot better. That was a miserable, surreal experience. Anyway, enough of that. Today we're going to compare the security features that you'll find on the American Silver Eagle, which, as we all know, is this bad boy. And we're going to compare it to the Royal Mint's Britannia. If you've been coming to this channel long enough, you know this is one of my favorites ever. So, I do collect the Britannias all years. Now, bear in mind that there were zero security features on the Eagle until mid-2021, when the Type 2 version was issued. So, you know, this is kind of a new thing for the U.S. Mint. And, well, the Britannia really didn't incorporate any major features until 2021 as well. So, how do they match up security-wise? Let's take a look. Alright, so the first coin we're going to look at is the Royal Mint's 2022 Britannia. Beautiful design. Beautiful design. Alright, the first feature we're going to look at is what we call microtext. And if you look in the upper left-hand corner, where I've blown it up a little bit, you see the phrase decu et tunamen, which is translated from Latin, an ornament and a safeguard. So this phrase has been used since the 17th century on coins. It would be basically inscribed on the edge of the coin as protection against the clipping of its metal. It was common practice back in those days for people and vendors to literally clip shards of silver from the coins, and eventually they'd have enough to melt down for sell or trade. You'll see if if you ever buy some ancient coins, you'll see where this has been done. There's ragged edges, and it was kind of ingenious when you think about it, but you know, people weren't too happy that their money was being destroyed and basically stolen. The next security feature on the Britannia is a latent image. At the bottom left, you can see where I've blown that one up. You see a latent image. This image is going to change from a lock to a trident depending on which angle you hold the coin. This feature, like I said earlier, was introduced to the Britannia in 2021. All these features that you're seeing now were introduced in 2021. But this is a cool one. This is really cool. If you get it in the right light, it will go from padlock to trident. Very cool feature. Now we're going to take a look at tincture lines. If you look at Britannia's shield on the right-hand side, blow up, you're going to see fine tincture lines or highly detailed fill lines on her Union Jack shield. You didn't find these lines on pre-2021 Britannias. This was yet another new feature introduced in 2021. This gives a fantastic effect, really, when you put it in the light. It kind of highlights the stripes and the background, or kind of keeps them separate. But yeah, the more you turn it, the more defined it is. One definition of tincture is a slight trace of something, and that is definitely the case here with these incredibly tiny lines. Now I've saved the fourth and final security feature for last because it is by far the coolest. Animated waves. If you look at the background behind Britannia, you're going to see a dot animation effect. This is the most sophisticated of the 4 new security features, and it was achieved by using advanced picosecond lasers. These tiny indents that I've blown up are about 200 times narrower than the width of a human hair. That is freaking precision right there. The Royal Mint uses this method to animate, quote unquote animate, the background of the reverse side of the coin, which features these sea waves rolling in towards the shore behind the standing Britannia. When you tilt the coin in the light, all those tiny indents together create the visual illusion of movement, as if the sea is really moving. It is amazing. It is truly an amazing effect. And like I said, it's the final and most dramatic security feature on the Britannia, and the best looking. To me, this made the coin. Okay, this separated it from the. Not only did it separate it from the other Britannias from previous years, this really set this coin apart from other coins. Period. End of story. I love this design. Love it. Bottom line on the Britannia. My opinion, it'd be far too costly and time consuming for would be counterfeiters to even attempt to duplicate this coin. Can it be done? Yeah, sure. There's probably somebody out there who could nearly replicate the design, but you have to have some seriously advanced equipment and some serious skills, which, if you've looked at how poor the counterfeits from China are, they're not touching this. They're not even going to bother. They don't have the equipment to touch this. They don't have the patience. It would cost too much to replicate. It's not worth it for what they make on these fake slugs. So that being said, it's highly unlikely that anyone would even bother counterfeiting this coin due to the effort required. And that was the exact purpose of those amazing features, to discourage counterfeiting. All I can say, good luck on this one, China. Give it a shot. So now we're going to take a look at the U.S. Mint's 2022 Silver Eagle. And there she is. All right, so on the Silver Eagle, we have one. You heard that right. We have one, quote unquote, and I say that with a little sarcasm, security feature. And it is the missing read effect. Now, up until mid-2021, the Type 1, I guess you can call them Type 1, Type 1 Silver Eagles, there were no security features on it. So the Mint introduced the missing read as a new feature on the Type 2 coin midway through 2021 when it came out. For 2022, the US Mint moved that missing read to underneath the sun, a little bit to the left there at about 8 o'clock. So I guess that's the intent of the Mint, to just move around the missing read from one year to the next. I don't know, guys. It was better than nothing, but I don't know. Compared to the Britannia with its 4 amazing features, this is, you can color me absolutely underwhelmed. It was a nice effort. It was something. I don't know how much it'll discourage counterfeiting. Moving it around from one year to the next. I mean, that's a good idea. There's a good thought behind it, but Chinese counterfeiters usually pick a year, and they stick with that year when they can, because they don't want to change they don't want to make a new die. They don't want to do all that stuff. They want to use the same one, like the kangaroo. If they counterfeit a kangaroo from Australia, it's probably going to be a 2016, because they just don't change the year. So my guess is this. I don't know if they'll bother. I don't know if the counterfeiters from China will bother with the missing read thing, but all they'll do is just use 2020 and below, when the read didn't exist. It was a good thought, but I truly believe the U.S. Mint could do so much more than that. I know there'd be a cost involved, but hell, this is the most expensive government coin there is, other than the Libertad. The American Eagle costs the most. So with the cost involved, I just think they could have done better. So again, I'm underwhelmed. All right, bottom line for our U.S. American Eagle. Like I said, I guess the missing read is better than nothing. I mean, from 1986 to mid 2021, we didn't have any features. So, yeah, on one hand, I can appreciate the effort. On the other, I think the U.S. Mint could do a lot more with it. Seriously, for what we pay for these Eagles, Come on, Mint. Let's get some more features in there. Let's do something. That being said, this missing read feature doesn't even remotely compete with the efforts of the Royal Mint. Uh, this is comparable to the difference of night and day, to be quite honest. The Royal Mint put in the effort, and they struck a beautiful coin. And all we did was change our back to an unpopular design and take out a read. I mean, where's the effort? I don't. I really think we could put more effort into these coins, but you have to take cost into consideration. Now, that being said, another reason I love the Britannia is the premium is much cheaper than the American Eagle. Seriously, you can stack Britannias at such a cheaper cost than you can with Eagles. Um, it's still 3/9 fine silver, and it's an ounce no matter how you look at it. They're going to be very liquid if you decide to get rid of them. Eagles might have a little bit more of a premium if you sell them over the Britannias because the Britannias are cheaper. But isn't that our goal if we're stacking? If we're truly stacking silver, we're looking for the best value. And in this case, with its security features and cheaper premium, that best value, I mean, between these two anyway, is the Britannia. No question. All right, so that's going to wrap up the 46th episode. What are your thoughts on the U.S. features versus Britain's? Did the U.S. Mint do enough? Are you satisfied with the missing read feature? Or, hell, did the Britannia just blow the Eagle out of the water? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, so please be sure to check in. It sounds like I'm against the Eagle. I'm not. I think it's a beautiful government-backed coin. Still haven't gotten used to that side yet. I don't know. I just can't buy into it. But we've got our missing read, and that's the best we have. Just a thought, for the 2022 version, the read is going to be found just underneath the sun, as you saw earlier. So I love the American Silver Eagle. I really do. But when it comes to this, there's no comparison. You can see those waves moving. You can see that trident on the bottom left change to a padlock. The tincture lines on the shield, and you can't even see it, but that micro text running around. I think this is just an absolutely gorgeous design, and it is my favorite, which is why I do collect the Britannias. So, but that's just my thought process on that. Well, that's going to do it. In the meantime, we'll see you next week. Stay safe, get stacked, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.